Hey folks, we're back with the Dungeon Meshi drawing. Someday we'll finish it. Not today. At the beginning of the video recording session this week, I said, boy, I hope I finish this week. What a fool I was! We are at least going to get through these highlights. And maybe if I'm feeling bold, I'll take my own advice and try to do an all-day recording session. Finish this bad mamma jamma up. It just looks good. I love it when that happens. Can't really ask for much more than that. You want to finish these things and look at them and go, that's really the best job that I could have done with this. And that is honestly kind of how I'm feeling about it. In an ideal world, every piece that you finish is your best piece. In reality, that is difficult. But it can still be the ideal that you strive toward. It feels good to lay down these whites. And it looks pretty good too. It's all in the eyes. Neato! I've been watching a ton of Super Sentai. I ran out of art things to say, so I'm just going to start talking about Super Sentai now. But the Shout Factory YouTube channel, they have a whole separate channel for Tokusatsu stuff called Tokusatsu, and they're always airing big marathons of Super Sentai and Godzilla and Kamen Rider, cool stuff. So I've been watching a lot of Super Sentai stuff. Mostly Ninja Sentai Kakuranger, which is my favorite one. And probably the silliest one. Except for, there's one where they run around like horses. I think it might be Gingaman. I can't recall. That one's sillier. But no, Kakuranger is great, and one of the comic projects that I'm going to be making a video about this week is I'm working with a writer on. There's no reason not to say that. I'm working with Casey Flynn on a Sentai comic, as yet untitled. But I'm really excited for it, and I'm gonna walk you through some of the character designs and concept work that I've been doing for it. And Casey's in the process of writing the script right now, and I really would like to get to work on it. But as yet, I have been unable to. But yeah, no, that's a very exciting prospect. 'Cause I grew up on Power Rangers when I was a weean, as many people of my generation did. And didn't really understand or get that it was, ported over from Japan at the time. And I've gained a massive appreciation for the original Japanese versions in the past couple of months. I was describing it to somebody, and I'm saying, like, it gives me the same vibe that I got when I first discovered, like, pro wrestling. It's just like, yeah, this is big and bright and silly, but it's occasionally, like, ultra serious melodrama, but at the end of the day, it's still a bunch of teenagers in spandex fighting monsters, which is, that's what I'm here for. And the reason I like Kakuranger is because they're kind of, poor kids going on a road trip in a cat bus and getting into trouble. But I also watched a little bit of Zeo Ranger, which is the dinosaur Sentai team that the original Power Rangers were taken from. And that's been really kind of interesting to watch. Because, this all the hits are there. The monsters and the Rangers, obviously, that I recognize from my childhood. But they all have different names, and different things are happening. And I was watching some of that, and I was talking to Casey a little bit about it at the time, and it's just, boy, there's a whole lot more of the biblical Satan in this than I thought there was going to be. I've always found fascinating the way that the Japanese media has kind of co-opted the Christian mythos for their media. So they treat it like mythology, like we would approach something with a Greek mythology or something like that. And it's interesting to see it treated that way, because when you live in America, this stuff is literally considered gospel by a lot of people, and you can't engage with it like that in a lot of ways, because you end up starting conversations that you don't want to be in. And to see it in a Sentai show, Evangelion is another one where it's just like that's just drenched in Christian symbology. We are almost done with the highlights. And then I think, yeah, one more low light. Usually I like to do this from the foreground back. I kind of did it around in a circle this time, which is fine. Just vibe with it, you know? Rendering is so much fun. It's always difficult for me to pick, like, what's your favorite part of the process, but it might be rendering. Give me highlights. Pretty cool. All right. One more shadow pass for the kids at home. those details in. Make it bigger, Brendan. Use the tools. I'm pleased with this. Yeah, that's good. That adds depth. That's what we want. Give me more depth. Neato. Each stage just a little bit faster than the last one. Maybe. This extra shadow pass and kind of doesn't need to be a ton. Just putting some touches here and there really adds a lot. Looking especially around like ears and eyes. Certain folds of the clothing where you want to have a little bit of extra. Depth of the helmet here. Show the backs of the hands. I'm going to go a little bit long today, just to finish up this shadow pass so we can start on coloring. I guess we've been in coloring for a while now. Highlights, for me, highlights and shadows and coloring are all kind of, they're all kind of mixed up and muddled together. I don't know if that's good or not, but that's how I do it. Alright. Oh, I know it. There's last thing to do today. We're going to get the inside of Sanji's walk here. Sanji. Senshi. I'm thinking about One Piece. Oh no! All right. Tone, highlight, shadow, all good. Good stuff. Next time, color. More. Thanks for joining me. Stick around for the plug and I'll see you tomorrow. Hey, thanks for watching today's video. If you liked what you saw, like, comment, subscribe. If you're learning to draw, you know somebody else is learning to draw and might get something out of this, maybe suggest the video to a friend.
That always helps me out a lot. Hey, if you're looking to contribute financially to this whole situation, check out my Ko-fi page or my Substack, link in the description. I got a free newsletter on the Substack that you can follow to catch up with anything that I might be doing, including videos, comics, illustrations, etc. There's also going to be membership tiers where you can get access to exclusive video series like Drawing Through Dragon Ball, or to my Leaded Pulp comic magazine, which is coming out for its first issue in July. So hey, check out these things, and I'll see you next time.